Welcome back. It's still the conversation, and of course, we're in Lagos, moving from the national side,
moving from the marriage talk
to a greener environment. Okay, we'll be talking about Rotary's tree planting coastal restoration initiative, and we have two Rotarians here with us. Engineer Larry Lunge is a secretary tree planting committee. You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mama.
And we have Rotarian GOC Bada is a chairman tree planting committee. You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
All right. This question is for you, Rotarian GOC. So the Coastal Restoration Initiative, tell us more about this. What brought about this?
Let me start by saying we are the last to be created by God. But most times we continue to booger, and that's why we have that climate change. Rotary International District 9112 decides to, let's look at the environment. How do we secure and protect one another? We need to protect ourselves by protecting the environment. So that's the vision, that's the motive why Rotary International District 9112 is taking that operation. I call it operation because we want to do a good one, just like we did on polio. Let's fight and combat the challenges of climate change.
Okay, eradicating polio was your first initiative
for Rotary International.
Okay.
We did that and we succeeded in eradicating polio in the world.
In the world, okay.
So we want to fix the environment, fix ourselves, our life. And the starting point, the flag off, is that Coastal Protection Initiative, which is slated for this Sunday, 21st of July.
Okay, you plan to plant about 1,000 coconut trees along the coastal areas. Why coconuts? Why was that your choice?
Okay, thank you very much. Probably the main reason why we're doing this is really to correct the distortion of man's activities of yesterday. Probably as a result of sand filling, construction, the co-Atlantic stuff that was recently erected, generated a lot of distortion along the coastal line. So the intention of this initiative is actually for us to realign. And definitely as Lagosians, we know that coconut trees are traditional to us, and is actually one of the trees that we use because of the natural strength, one of the trees that we use in protecting the shorelines. So this is what we're using, and we're planting 1,000 seedlings. Actually, the majority of that will eventually become trees.
So how do you intend to, nurture this?
Seedlings? That is a very, very good question, man. Because whatever activity that is actually carried out on that day, 21st of July, has to be sustained. Yeah. And we are really partnering with some beach owners to ensure that as soon as these seedlings are planted, they take ownership of that. We are not also stopping there. We're looking at dividing ourselves as Rotarians into a particular cluster that will manage these seedlings to maturity after the planting stuff is done this Sunday, 21st of July. Thank you.
Aside the coastal lines or areas, where else do you plan to, plant?
As we all know, the importance of trees cannot be overemphasized. They impact directly on our existence as humans. Okay. So they are found in estates, other locations on the road. Definitely, without them, we can't humanity will just cease to exist. And the simple reason is they release the carbon dioxide that we, they actually, we breathe in oxygen, and the product of that is what they consume, what they inhale. And, the circle actually ensures continuity of humanity. So trees are very, very important to us. We're looking at schools. We're partnering with some public schools, and we're also going to lash on to Last Park initiative of gardening in some, yes. So we have collaboration with Last Park, Lagos State Parks and Gardens and Parks.
Yes.
So we have collaboration with them, and we're also having Lascoda coming on board. In fact, the seedlings are getting from them, and they're also providing technical assistance, because we know they have been into this for a while, and they are going to be part of us on the 21st of July. We ensure that whatever is done on that day is sustained, and by God's grace, by this time next year, we'll be getting to the same venue to confirm to everybody that was part of the operation that this thing has been nurtured to maturity. Thank you.
Okay, so this is one thing that you're doing, and I like the fact that there are collaborations with government institutions to do this. But again, how aware are citizens concerning their environment? What other things are you doing to ensure that people take care of their environment? Because there's something we say here that if you take care of your environment will take care of you. This is one thing you are doing. Some other people are doing things to jeopardize, the lives of other people. So how key is this? What are you doing as a body to enlighten people on the need to take care of their environment?
Thank you very much. That's one of the reasons why we're here, to sensitize people about the importance of trees, because tree is life. Just like we had collaboration with Lagos State government agencies, we intend first to have a policy in Rotary where every Rotarian will plant a tree every year. That's one. Two, we go into further collaboration with Lagos State government and Ogun State government, because
Ogun State government also
is also involved, because Rotary District 911 and 9112 covers the two states, but we have District 9112. We intend to propose a private bill sponsored by Rotary to the houses of assembly of these states to let people enable a law that will allow every citizen of that state to plant a tree every year for the next 5 years. That's where we're going. Like I said, just like we have done on the eradication of polio, we want to do that and address that. We'll also go into public awareness in terms of publications in the media, the mass and the electronic and print media. We intend to do that. We also need to go to communities, address people why you need that. I'm sure you recall when those of us in the 60s, 70s, or 80s, you recall you have
60s,
a tree in front of your house.
Okay,
trees,
yes.
yeah.
I grew up with a tree in front of my
If you grow up in Yaba, you know that fruit? You find it along Queen's Road in Yaba. Every house has it. Why cutting all
You
those
hardly
things?
see it.
So we need to bring that back. And once we have a bill passed, I know Lagos is addressing that issue, and that's why one of the reasons why Last Park was created. But we want to, the gap that is in the bill, we want to fill it up. Let every citizen, let every Lagosian, let every natives of Ogun and Lagos plant a tree plant a tree in front of your house, just like your forefather did.
What if you don't have this space?
Why must you even concrete all your floor?
That's what is happening.
Sincerely, there's nothing like flood in Lagos. What you have is flash floods. And what created the flash flood is part of the environment issue that we want to address. You find people dropping things everywhere. You have concreted every part of your house. When it rains, it will fall.
And we now put,
It will sink. And you find that
fake green carpet.
carpet. And you find that
yes.
the following day you have say there's heat. Where does the heat comes from? Because you have destroyed the environment. There's nothing stopping you. You're old, my village. You find that old woman or the young one sweeping the floor every day. There's no grass there. The only thing you have is the tree. And you find my father and his siblings sitting there in the afternoon. What do you get? Why do you think they sit there? The air, the oxygen, and the calmness. It goes to the body. These are few things that you need to do. Let's protect the environment. Let's get back to nature. You don't need the AC. You don't need a fan. If you have a tree in front of your house or at the back of your house.
That gives you clean, fresh air.
So, that's what Rotary is preaching. And that's what it intends to preach. And that's why we're saying that for the next 5 years, every Lagosian plant a tree every day. I mean, plant a tree every year.
Yeah. Okay.
You have 20 million.
Over 20 million.
Over 20 million.
Yeah, residents in Lagos.
So when you plant a tree, that's 20 million in a year. And for 5 years, you have what?
Sometimes.
And we'll be back.
Yeah.
And that's why we're starting with that coastal protection initiative.
Protection,
You know what happens to Barbish? I have a photograph of
Old
what
Babbage.
Lekki was in 1910. The natural barrier is coconut tree. And that's why Lagos State, in that coast, you have the two sides of your logo.
Coconut.
It's coconut.
The coconut
Yeah,
tree.
it's,
I don't see why
Lagos
Lagos State should not plant coconut everywhere. You are not talking, when you talk about coconut in Lagos, you are talking about Badagry. It's not Badagry alone. It shouldn't be Badagry alone. And what we are preaching is not just planting aesthetics, planting for aesthetics. Plant economic, for health benefits, and for environmental benefits. Those are the trees you should preach to plant. And that's what we are pushing. I was going to Ilorin about a few weeks ago, and we had traffic between Oyo and Ogbomoso. There was traffic. There was an accident there, and people came down. I saw people coming from that bush with their mango, going there to plant mango. Who planted that mango? We can do that.
We can do that here in Lagos.
Yeah, in Lagos.
Okay. So,
Thank you.
Okay. The initiative is to plant 1,000 trees from Lagos to Ogun. So,
Excuse me.
on Sunday,
Sorry, no.
from Lagos, or just the coastal line in
They
Lagos?
take off.
We're taking a section.
Okay.
We're taking a section of that line.
Okay.
But the intention is actually to protect, is like the whole thing is phased.
Okay.
So the first phase of it is to plant 1,000 coconut seedlings.
Okay.
To correct, because there are section of that axis that has really been encroached by the sea. So we're trying to use the coconut seedling to
So
realign.
are you planting all the coconuts?
We are planting all
1,000 coconuts.
1,000 coconuts
On that day.
by
That day.
1,000 Rotarians. That's the and the
1,000.
arrangement is in top gear for that. Is definitely coming to pass.
Rotarians and non-Rotarians,
Yeah.
1,000.
Please, I
We are
want you
planting
to-
at the same time.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And that's why last pack is coming. In fact, last pack staff is coming
Yes.
on
On
Saturday
Saturday to
to
prepare.
prepare the thing, and the same thing with last quarter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay? What we are planning for the year is 10,000 trees for the tree planting committee of Rotary District 911 for this year.
Yeah, the event of 21st is actually the flag of the start of the initiative. So the total package is 1,000,
10,000.
10,000 seedlings. So we're also looking at other economic trees that have
Such as
economic benefit.
mango.
Mango is one
yeah,
of them.
mangoes.
Also.
Even though
Yeah.
I don't know what they call it.
Dongoyaro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
we don't
the
have that anymore.
Yeah, so we're really, the intention is to bring those ones back, and that is going to be part of the seedlings
So
that we're considering on the
edible trees.
edible and those that are really going to benefit us
Yes,
economically,
Health-wise,
earth-wise, and also to impact positively on our environment.
Because I want you to elaborate on, the expected environmental impact on planting trees, particularly in terms of, climate change.
Yeah, well, thank you very much for that. Part of the benefit is, we've said it, it really assures continuity of humanity. It has a way of checking erosion. That is part of what we're going to do on Sunday. Then it's also very, very good for our health, because, for instance, if you are really in a proximity where trees are planted, you have this fresh oxygen that you inhale. So definitely is medicine as well, and a number of benefits that are really very numerous for us to mention.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so you said something, Rotarians and non-Rotarians will be there. So
Yeah.
is the event open to the public, general public to come, or is restricted?
Okay, in Rotary, I don't know, maybe we can even give a bit of background to what this Rotary is all about.
Okay.
I'm very sure this will not be the first time you'll be relating with Rotarians. It's a prestigious organization. You have over 1.4 million of us, and we have over 35,000 clubs spread all over the country, all over the world. And you find Rotarians in over 200 countries of the world. In fact, we are global citizens. So wherever you are with this pin, you can fellowship, you can walk into. In fact, the King of England is a Rotarian. So we have a number of very high caliber members. And, Rotary is really standing on a tripod. So we have our Rotary Foundation that we use in probably sorting out the 7 focus areas. In fact, we have 7 focus areas. Part of them is this protection of the environment. In fact, the tree planting initiative that we're embarking on this Sunday is a subset of the protection of the environment initiative of Rotary International. So it's a very, very massive organization, and a number of other activities that we do outside of the environment. But I wouldn't want to take us out of the reason why we're here today. That is majorly one of the tree planting. Thank you.
So I expect your question. Is it
Is
to
it
the
open?
public?
Yeah.
Yeah.
open? And we also have the cooperation, or in collaboration with other stakeholders. A lot of companies have came. I mentioned last back and the like, but we have other major sponsors, Pan-African Towers Limited, Tolerance Group. Permit me to just speak about the chairman of Tolerance. He's also the owner of Lagos Free Zone, and that expanse of land that he created is full of nature. He has in his company a work-acclaimed horticulturist who will be the guest speaker on that day. He's not minding anything that has to do to protection of the environment, who will do it. Okay. Go to that free zone, just walking, you will like nature there. And that is what is protecting. And we have just seizing this opportunity to appeal to the Nigerian industrialists to plant trees so that it can protect the environment. The emission there is not conducive. Let them copy that man, Moham Vaswani, the group chairman of Tolerant Group. Thank you.
We'll go on a short break now. When we come back, we'll talk about more support you're getting, in terms of the local community. But when we come back, we'll have that conversation.
It's funny, Lagos is funny. When the guy jumped out from the mole that was on motion, these BROT buses, not the one that are allowed to pass BROT, but I call them mole. The passenger said, by the time he jumped down, I was a car behind that truck, and I almost hit him, but I stopped, and guy, why did you jump there? What happened? You want to kill yourself? He said no, that somebody in that bus was having gun on him, and the moment he saw that, he jumped down because he felt they want to kidnap him. But the risk he took in jumping down, he would have ended up killing himself if I wasn't smart enough to notice him jumping off the bus.
Welcome back. It is still the conversation. And there you had it, our Lagos sense. But our guests in the studio, they'll be sharing with us their own Lagos sense too. Before we continue the conversation. So let me start with Rotarian Lanre Longe.
Why not the chairman?
No problem. Start with the chairman.
A lot of experience.
I hope you will not have exhausted it before you get to my son.
Let me share that too.
Yeah, no, I'm giving it to you. I'm yielding the floor to you, my chairman.
My experience in Lagos. I was a public servant.
Okay.
And I close late. And I live far. One of the days I live in Ayobo. I was working in the governor's office. And when you're working in the government, you don't determine the time.
You don't have a close time.
So I went and with my driver on top of Iyanokbaja Bridge. There was traffic. Usually we suffer there. I think it was either 31st of December or thereabout. My car AC developed a fault, so we couldn't wind up, and we wind down. The traffic. This man just came and said, they just pulled the, I wasn't able to wind it. Just put it in, and boys were bam. Said to our boys, okay, calm down. My driver was checking. Said, okay. And I said, take. I knew that there wasn't anybody. But it's not just me alone. It was my driver that I need to protect. For me, I was just, it's a matter of going down. And something close to that happened at Ojota. It was like about a few weeks ago. There was traffic too. And these two boys came from nowhere. This time, the AC was working, so I didn't. It was in the afternoon, maybe around 3. So there was traffic going to Ojota. And the bank, I won't say fortunate or unfortunate for me, I was looking at them, but my leg was off the throttle. So I just moved and hit the car in front. And that gave me the courage to pull out. And I pulled out, I said, what? They ran away. No, it's the other one said, no, it's not me, it's this person. There's nothing like welcome
To Lagos.
to Lagos.
In Lagos, you have to shine your eyes.
Welcome to Lagos.
How was yours?
Mine is a bit inspirational to the upcoming ones. I grew up in Mushin. Yeah, and in that locality, it was just few months to my WAEC then. That was around 1988. You hardly will find anyone with a pass, talk less of credit after on the WAEC result. Before we started our WAEC, our chemistry teacher of our blessed memory took, because I've always been interested in finding myself in the group of flyers. Those are serious guys. So it took a couple of us, about 5 of us, to Lagos VI then. And he now told us then that you need to really, the choice is yours, to either want to die inside that gutter Mushin, or you come to Lekki here. You can see the relationship, you can see the environment, you can see the structure, you can see even the faces of the residents here. And that meant a lot to me. So when I got back to Mushin, I doubled my effort. I thought I was really working before until the guy took us out of our shell. So I doubled my effort, and to God be the glory, I was able to make 5 A's and 3 credits.
5
no pass.
A's.
Immediately I got to, even that chemistry, I had A1. I'm sure some of my old boys will be listening now. You know, I had that, and it was because I still had Bayo Adebowale that had 7 A's. I had other guys, you know, this rivalry of a stuff. So I wasn't really too pleased with it that I could have done better. But on getting to Mushin, they started calling me professor. It was unheard of. That someone is not even having P's, you're having A's. Where did you get it from? So shortly after that, obviously with that result, I gave my admission OAU, then here we are today. So the import of it is Lagos is full of bars and the ugly or whatever, but the choice is yours.
You decide.
Yeah, to decide where you want to be. I made my decision then, and here I am today. We thank God. To God be the glory.
Beautiful experiences.
Thank you for that inspirational experience. Now back to the discuss of the day. Just before we went on that short break, I said we would ask you, you know, how are you, you know, carrying the local community along in this tree planting initiatives?
Okay, there have been a lot of sensitization around Okwaja Aziz, and we've really been on social media, we've been on the ground, we've been relating with the beach owners, we've also been connecting the residents on that Aziz, just to let them know. In fact, I'm sure you really be interested in the number. That's why my chairman mentioned that it's going to be made up of Rotarians and non-Rotarians. So in Rotary, we have Friends of Rotary. We have, and basically Rotary is about humanitarian services. You know, we are just wired. I joined Rotary because of my background, because I saw poverty as I'm walking on 2 legs then. So when I see someone, some people cannot relate with you have not eaten. They have been there, so I know when someone says he's hungry, because I have really experienced that before. And, you know, so we are really going to get to everybody on that Aziz to let them know what we are doing, the benefit for their environment, and the benefit for them as residents. Because likely, if you want to relate with anybody, the first thing that distracts Nigerians is what is in it for them. So until when you start letting them into the benefit, then it's difficult for them to take ownership. So immediately the benefit is highlighted, they will see the need for them to ensure that these seedlings that we're going to plant come 21st of July is nurtured to maturity. Thank you.
I want you to talk about the event. You know, where exactly is it taking place? The flag off.
Okay.
I want you to mention the venue and time.
The venue, the main venue is Westside Beach Resort at Okwaja, by Abraham Adesoya, Ogombo Road. That's where it's happening. We are also doing same with the adjacent beaches, about 2 or 3. We're going to do that because we're planting 1,000 and it'll be at that stretch. And we have beach owners that own that place. So that's what we're doing. Everything will be, Kwaja, Lekki. Okay. And the program will be divided into 2 or 3 sections.
Okay.
You have like giving it a lecture, an awareness program. We will be having, like I said, a world acclaimed horticulturist, Mr. Andrew Vale. Is from, I think it's from Sri Lanka. The other person is Mr. Desmond Majakodumi, who is a known environmentalist.
Yes, renowned environmentalist.
Used to be a musician.
Yeah, he's joining us on that.
Yes, he's joining us that day. We're also having a lecturer coming from University of Ibadan, who is also joining us. And other dignitaries, VIPs like past district governors. So they are coming in mass. And let me also say that we invited the traditional rulers in that area. When I was president, my main project was tree planting. And I want to give thanks to Oba Oniru. He gave support. He wasn't around, but sent his delegation to be there. We're also expecting him there too, with Oba Elegushi.
Talking about support.
Support.
LTV.
Support. I think we're grateful. We should be grateful to
support and partnerships.
Support and partnership. We have a major sponsor, Pan-African Towers Limited, and Aziz Amida Foundation, with Telenautica and Tolerance. Those are the major sponsors. But we have support from about 50 Rotary clubs who have keyed into things, and also individuals.
Like LTV?
We are a partner. A partner with it. Sincerely, we're a partner with it.
We have our other partners too that are really on board. Even the host beach, West Side, is partnering with us. He has really been supporting us financially. He's going to throw his gate open for all these the Rotarians and non-Rotarians that will be coming around, participants in short. He's also going to be part of the digging. He's providing manpower for the digging for us to get the seedling planted, and a number of supports from other partners.
I won't allow you leave this place until you talk about LTV support.
No, I've said, we just mentioned that.
In fact, the part of the support is really projecting our voice.
Okay.
Yeah, we really appreciate that. I'm very sure my chairman will also speak to that.
Let me just
expansion.
write on that I need to appreciate your general manager for, on a short, yes,
Adishola
Kusoko. She's a fantastic lady, and that's why you're a partner. That's why you're partnering with us on that tree planting. We also have the Lagos State government agencies and ministries who are also partner. Ministry of Environment. You have Ministry of Tourism.
On waterfront.
And waterfront and infrastructure development is also key. The commissioner, the 2 commissioners will be attending the promise. And we also have the buy-in of the special advisor to the governor on political affairs and legislative engagement or the like, Dr. Afolabi. He is also the chairman of the Nigerian Forestry Association. So he will be part of the people giving lectures that day.
Okay. Thank you very much for coming on to our show. Engineer Larry Lunge, Secretary Tree Planting Committee, and Rotarian GOC Bada, Chairman Tree Planting Committee, and they've been talking about the Tree Planting Coastal Restoration Initiative by the Rotary movement. Thank you for coming.
Thank you very
Thank you
much.
for
I
having me,
appreciate
and I want to seize this opportunity to also invite you to be there too.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. We'll be there.
it. I'm aware the organization will join us on
Will
that
join
day.
you on
I
that
think
day.
they will be
This is
there.
personal. This is personal.
Personal
invitation.
Personal IV.
Okay.
And it's taking, I
The
can
conversation.
See.
So let's continue. Let's continue the conversation.
Yeah, inviting the conversation grew.
Come and plant our own coconut.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for having me.
And we're doing name tagging on that day.
Okay.
We're doing
Doing
yeah,
name
yeah,
tagging.
we're
That's one of
doing
the things we're
name
doing.
tagging so that you can take ownership of your
tree.
tree
There's
yourself.
something I missed, and that's this vision is that of the Rotary District Governor, 9112, Rotarian Femi Adeneko, is so passionate about this, and he has thrown his weight. As I'm speaking, he has gone to Port Harcourt because of this tree planting to woo his colleagues or partners. So the support is tremendous.
Massive.
My
Massive.
producer is
Okay, thank
is
you.
on us. He's telling
Thank you very
us
much.
All right,
we
thank
have
you
to
very
round
much
up
for
our
to be
show.
here. Thank you for your cooperation. Thank you for your
Thank
Your
you
time.
for
We
coming for
appreciate
the
it.
conversation.
We'll go on another short break. When we come back, the program continues.